Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Big Brace channel. My name is Amir and you can consider this video as a podcast. I'm not going to talk a lot, but today I wanted to take just a trip down memory lane and share some of my fondest memories of growing up with retro computers, especially the beautiful Atari 800XL. The days started with me and computers when my dad, Samuel, that you can read his name on the picture. This picture, by the way, is AI generated. I think you all have guessed that already. I've actually asked ChatGPT to generate a picture because unfortunately I don't have any pictures for me when I was a kid with my father writing code on Atari 800XL. That was in the 1990s, 1990 or 1991. Those days when my father Samuel sitting with me for hours, actually 2-3 hours, teaching me everything he knew about computers. We had this Atari 800XL and it was a magical machine for me. It was a taboo actually. I couldn't touch it without the permission of my father. We would spend countless hours just inserting those chunky cartridges and cassette tapes. I remember the cartridges. We had Missile Command, Space Invaders. I had Pac-Man. Some of my friends, they had Basic on that cartridge, but fortunately enough, I had Basic already on the computer. So you turn on the machine and you have this blue background with the ready and the cursor blinking. Also cassette tapes, so there was a cassette recorder, actually, believe it or not. And I remember the only game that I would play it on cassette tapes and I could wait for it for 1 hour maybe, it was Donkey Kong. So that's the only game, maybe Zorro as well. So Zorro and Donkey Kong, those are the two games. I would load up those classic games and play. Also Pong, by the way, I forgot to mention that. And the excitement of seeing the game screen pop up was really unmatched. One of my favorite memories is my dad holding a programming book, guiding me through writing my first lines of basic code. It was challenging but incredibly rewarding. And he was always so patient and encouraging, making sure I understood each step. Not necessarily making sure that I understood each step, but he wanted me to just type on the keyboard. Writing code made him really happy, and certainly made me happy, even if I didn't understand quite well the logic of each code line. But still, the result was really rewarding. When I would write some basic code, and that, by the way, looks very much like the turtle module in Python. It was really exciting. I felt I'm doing something very sophisticated that my school friends didn't know about. And yes, I didn't tell this to any of my school's friends. I wanted to keep it as a secret, I wanted to keep this as a very special secret that's going to be between me, my father, and the computer. We would sit in the room surrounded by the cartridges and joysticks, and the room filled with the sounds of loading programs. You know, that sound of loading the program on the cassette has very distinctive sound actually. If you're old enough like me and you had Atari 800XL or a similar experience, you know already what I'm talking about. And it wasn't just about playing games, it was about learning and bonding with my dad. And those early experiences with the Atari and my dad's guidance shaped who I am today. They instilled a love for technology and a deep appreciation for the simpler times when computing was all about discovery and creativity. Now, a bit advice from me, Amir, to all the parents out there, or if you're 18 or younger, learn to code. It's incredibly useful and can open up so many opportunities for you. A lot of professions already are disappearing due to automation and advancements in technology. Jobs like data entry clerks, for example, travel agents, and even certain manufacturing roles are becoming obsolete. I remember years ago when I was going to the cinema, going to the clerk, paying for a ticket, taking the ticket from the clerk, you know, that human interaction. Now when I go to the same cinema today, I don't find any clerks, no human beings, only terminal machines. And by learning to code, you equip yourself with a valuable skill that is relevant in almost every industry today. How do you think those terminal machines in the cinema work? Of course, by thousands of code lines. Start with something simple like HTML and CSS for web development or Python for general programming. There are plenty of free resources online to get you started. And not necessarily YouTube videos, guys. You can read books and code along. And if you're a father or a mother, encourage your kids to explore coding through fun projects and games. And don't get me wrong, it's not just about preparing for the future job market, but also about fostering creativity and problem-solving skills. I often call programming Lego for the adults, because you construct code together to build something useful. Thanks a lot for listening to my story and advice. I hope it brings back some great memories for you and inspires you to embrace the world of coding. Keep coding, keep learning, and as always, I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.